You are protecting the armed militant terrorist group in the eastern border. How will you control Manipur? How will you control to protect India? This is the double standard of the government of India. I, on behalf of the organizers of today's press conference, the Delhi Meitei Coordinating Committee, Manipur Students Association Delhi, my own and United Taksin students, on behalf of the committee, would like to appreciate and appreciate to all the media people who are coming here. Today's notice was a very urgent notice, and despite that, all of you have come and joined today's press conference. As you are also aware that what happened yesterday. Yesterday on 28 May 2025, the Manipur government, under the president's rule, the governor, Mr. J.K. Balla, under his leadership, the state festival, the 5th Siroi Lily Festival, is being organized. And yesterday was the first day of the inaugural day. On that day, the Manipur State Corporate Transport Service, they have already provided transportations for all the people who are supposed to participate in the event, and especially the Manipur journalists, under the All Manipur Working Journalists Union and all the media fraternity, they were coming towards the Ukhrul to participate, not only to participate but also to cover the event. And the media was invited by the DIPR, and the vehicle, the bus was actually being arranged by the DIPR under the government of Manipur. So while they were going towards the Ukhrul, in that Dwaitabi area, the 2nd Maha Regiment, they stopped them and they were asked to remove the name of Manipur from the Manipur State Transport Corporation. So it is the State Transport Department, and they were asked to remove the name of Manipur. And then after that, the media people resisted, and they said that we are coming to report about the Manipur State event. And if you are asking to remove the name of Manipur, then the media people will not go, will not participate, and will not cover the event. That is how all the media people have actually gone back, and they were forced to go by walking for almost 1.5 hour, and then they were coming back to a private vehicle. And it was also an insult to the media people. And yesterday, the All Manipur Working Journalists Union and the Editor Guilds, the member, they have condemned it, and they also submitted a memorandum to the governor, and they are also from today have started a pen down strike, that they are not reporting of any government report. So that is the event. So in that context, why we are organizing this press conference is a very important and a very serious matter. Why it is being it is considered as a serious matter is because this kind of objections of naming Manipur or asking to remove Manipur from the State Transport Department is not done by the Kuki armed militant or any other second forces. It was actually done by the 2nd Maha Regiment, one of the Indian military. Inside the soil of Manipur, they are actually trying to remove the existence of Manipur. That is how we are objecting it, because Manipur is as you all know, is one of the states of Manipur, and the Indian Armed Forces, security forces are there to assist the state government and also to protect the life, liberty, and also to assist the administration of the state. But they are asking to remove the name of Manipur because some of the sectarian forces or the anti-Manipuri forces, the Kuki armed groups, they are challenging the order of the Home Minister that Manipur should have the free movement. and also all the people should have right to free movement from one place to another. And despite the order, the order was being given from the Home Ministry, in the last month, still the free movement is not allowed in Manipur, and the Kuki armed groups are openly challenging that whoever comes to Manipur and to the Ukrul in other part of the hill area, the all the mighty will be killed and eliminated. Some of the students leader, actually KSO presidents, they have already threatening that all the people, whether women, children, whoever comes, they will not go back without any harm. So that kind of threat was done. But unfortunately, when such kind of threaten and the terrorist, terror or threatening to the community is actually come, the security forces are supposed to protect. They are supposed to protect the people. But instead of protecting the people, the army themselves are asking to remove the name of Manipur, and that is how the problem is. Our question today, we are asking the question is that are they also have a secret agenda, or they are trying to malign with the security forces or any other Kuki armed groups who are openly demanding for the kind of separation or balkanization of Manipur. But unfortunately, this act is actually done by the army in the Manipur, in front of the Manipur media. So Delimited Coordinating Committee have strongly condemned that the army are actually why they are doing so in Manipur. As you all have seen that Operation Sindhu, even in Operation Sindhu, the Manipuri people, even one of the mighty BSF have laid down their life to defend the country of India. And still their family are mourning. Their rituals are not over. So he has given his life from Manipur to defend India and to protect the people of India. But on the other side, we are asking today that is there any secret Operation Manipur by the government of India and the military to abolish the name of Manipur? So that answer should be given by the Home Minister, the Defense Minister and Prime Minister, that why you are allowing the Indian Army to actually instruct to remove the name of Manipur. So this is unacceptable, and if there is any conspiracy that in the last 2 years there has been a conflict between the communities, but as we have seen that this conflict is not only a conflict between the community, rather it is a manufactured conflict, because the other one side of the conflict, the Kuki armed groups, as many of the media have reported that they have been protected by the Indian armed forces, because as the Kuki armed groups, they never fought with the Indian army or security forces. Since 2008 onwards, the Kuki armed groups have a suspension operation with the state government and the central government, but the Assam Rifles, the security forces have been collaborating or have been good friends with the government of India. So now we are asking that, since people have already complained, even the Manipur state government have already announced, and they have taken a unanimous resolution in Manipur that the suspension operation should be abolished, should be abrogated, and since 28 February 2014, government have not formally notified for extension of the suspension operation, even though we all know that government have not taken any action against these armed groups. So that is why people are also saying that this conflict in Manipur is a proxy war. It is actually also, people are also asking that is the government of India trying to use the one particular armed group against the Manipuri community so that Manipur can be divided. This is also a bigger question and asking by the many population in Manipur. In this situation, when the army are asking to the Manipur State Cooperative Development to remove the name of Manipur inside the Manipur, it actually clearly indicates that this is not something done by one security forces. Today also, one of the Mayapaibi groups have made the security advisor in Manipur in his residence, official residence, and the mothers were clearly told that that decision was taken by the governor, in a meeting attended by the governor, by the chief secretary and the security advisor. So that means it clearly shows that the government, under the president rules, instead of protecting the interests of Manipur, instead of protecting the people of Manipur, and instead of protecting the then constitution provision of freedom of movement, they are now trying to remove the name of Manipur just to appease the Akuki armed militant, just to appease the one particular sectarian forces. So that is why we are objecting it. That is why we are condemning today in today's press conference that what happened yesterday is not acceptable for all of us, because we all know that the Manipur is not created by the government of India. Manipur has been existed almost 2000 years, and before Manipur became part of India, Manipur merged after the Indian Constitution was adopted. It was merged on 15 October 1949, and the Indian Constitution was adopted after 1950s. So it means that Manipur was existed already. Indian Constitution was adopted. Then why you are trying to dismantle Manipur? This is the question we want to ask to the government of India, the Home Minister, that Manipur, after the Manipur was taken over from the 21st September 1949. The responsibility of protecting the people's life, liberty, and the interest of Manipur is with the government of India. So, government of India has a legal, moral, and the responsibility to protect Manipur. So, they should not actually try to divide Manipur. So, in other sense, this is also an act of war against the people of Manipur. This is also a kind of provocation to the people who live with peaceful and who wanted to with a peaceful life, to asking that your Manipur is under threat, so you have to defend yourself. So this is also a kind of echo war, because Manipur people across the communities, except some sectarian communities, all the Manipur, we will defend Manipur at any cost. Whether we need to sacrifice our life, whether we need to give our blood, we will protect, because Manipur is the only land that we can live in this world. But why you are trying to divide Manipur? That is the question we want to ask. That is the question we want to ask to the government of India, that don't try to do a conspiracy, and because in the last 2 years of conflict, without such kind of complicity of the state, Kuki armed militant will never be allowed to attack Meiteis. Because Kuki militants are becoming stronger and stronger, because they are being criticized from the ground, that they are being supported by the security forces and other. But we thought that it was probably by some few elements. But today's evidence, today's incident actually reminded us, and also it gives a very uncomfortable fact that today was it only a simple act of by few people? Probably it's not. So our appeal to the government of India, Home Minister and the Defense Minister, and all of them, is that please don't compromise the Manipur territorial integrity and the Manipuri coexistence. Don't try to insult the people of Manipur, because yesterday we all felt that it was not only an insult to the people of Manipur, but also we are also believing that this 2 years war is also a kind of conspiracy whether Manipur can be divided. So it should not be happen in Manipur. It should not happen in case of Manipur. With these few words, I would also reiterate that Manipur, it has been existed by the people of that particular community on almost thousands of years, and now you are trying to divide, now you are trying to dismantle, only because that some new people, like when we said that the Kuki groups, they are the new people in Manipur. If I tell you about the history of Manipur, probably 200 years, they have migrated in Manipur, and now they are gradually capturing the land of Manipur and hill areas of Manipur. Why even they are even known as a Kuli tribe. Kuli tribe, the British call Kuki as a Kuli tribe. But how you will allow to create a union territory or separate state to that particular armed groups? If you are allowing to divide Manipur on the basis of sectarian forces, then means you are allowing to balkanize India. Because the very idea of India is to unity in diversity, live with the cultural differences. But if you are allowing to create only one territory, only for exclusive for the Kuki territory, then means how many separate administration, how many union territory will be created in northeastern India and all over India. So this is not only a concern for Manipur, this is also a concern for the government, for all of India, that India is known for unity and diversity and the unity of all the color, all the religions, unity of all the groups of people. In a similar way, Manipur is also a mini India. What had to be shown by the people of Manipur to prove that Manipur is also part of India? Many of the Indian Manipuri armed forces, Manipuri sportspersons have brought glory for the India. The best Olympians are brought from Manipur. Even 2 days back in the football match in the national under 19 football team, out of 25 players, 15 are from Manipur. So we are giving the nation a pride, but you are trying to dismantle Manipur. Don't you think that is a war crime? And when we resist, you will also say that Manipuris are anti-India. So that is the point we want to raise today. That don't try to make conspiracy and try to dismantle Manipur. And this will be considered as a declaring an act of war against the people of Manipur. So you are trying to disturb the peaceful life. You are trying to disturb the coexistence of the community, and you are trying to compromise the essence of democracy, essence of constitutionality in the case of Manipur. And maybe you may refer to any speaker if you want. So now floor is open to all the journalists.
Myself is Manoj from Midi Sansad. I am asking that you are saying the governor is involved in this. How can you say? Is there any any evidence of the government is directly involved in this?
Okay. Today at around 11 o'clock, one of the leaders of the Maira Paibi, the Imagi Maira group's member have met the security advisor, and when they asked to the security advisor replied that that was a decision taken in a meeting chaired by the governor, and the Manipur Chief Secretary was also there, and the security advisor and the police high office police was also there. So that was taken in that meeting. That is why we came to know that the governor was involved. And of course, without the high command of the order, the security forces, the army will not ask to remove the name of Manipur. So this is also a conspiracy, and also the compromise to the terrorist organization. When I say terrorist organization, because these armed groups, they are doing terror activities, they are using drone bombs against the civilian, they kill people, they use rocket launchers against the communities, and they kill women and children under abduction, under their custody. All kind of terrorism were done by these groups of people, this group. For example, in case of the terror attacks on the Srinagar, the terrorists did not attack the women and children in that. So they all killed the men. But the Kuki militants, the terrorist groups, they have abducted 6 women and children under their custody and brutally murdered after rape and thrown their body in the river. So this is an act of terror. That is why there is no good terrorism and bad terrorism. But you are fighting terrorists in the western border, in Kashmir. But you are protecting the armed militant terrorist group in the eastern border. How will you control Manipur? How will you control to protect India? This is the double standard of the government of India. In the fight against the terrorism, fight for security of the country, I mentioned that the Manipuri forces, the Manipuri army, BSF, the Meitei, they are part of the fight as a citizen. But you are trying to erase the image of Manipur. That is unacceptable. That is why we are saying today.
So there is no statement from the governor office?
There is no statement so far now.
But the already meeting
meeting was over.
Regarding that, all the media fraternity in Manipur, their invitation, as per their report, some of I know too, they have told that governor has sent invitation to meet all the media fraternities. But let us wait for a further statement. Please.
When the army makes an intervention of any sort, then you have to take the matter to the chief of the army staff. Have you given any memorandum to pay immediately?
Yeah.
This is one question.
Yeah.
Then the next memorandum has to be given to the defense minister. Because the line of communication of your, this humiliation has to be told to each and every authorities that you are agreeing with such an order. So have you done that?
Yeah, we will be.
Before coming to the media people.
No, this is like it happened yesterday, and the protest happened. Many media group and many women's group are protesting in Imphal. They have submitted memorandum to governor and also probably submitted to the authority in the Delhi also. The Delhi Media Coordinating Committee will also submit the memorandum after this press conference, not today. But now we wanted to tell to the people of this country that what happened in Manipur is unacceptable, is against the Constitution of India, is against the very principle of IDA, and is also anti-India activities. And army are not supposed to do that. Army are not there to Manipur to erase the name of Manipur. They are to protect Manipur, but rather they are protecting the Kuki armed militants under the suspension operation. They are protecting the terrorism, and they are trying to divide and erase Manipur. That is the contradiction we felt.
संबित पात्रा जी की स्टेटमेंट को कोट किया गया आपकी तरफ से कि ये नहीं होना चाहिए था, ये इससे बचना चाहिए था कि नाम ना हटाया जाए। तो आपको क्यों लगता है जब सरकार का एक एमपी कह रहा है कि भाई ये नहीं होना चाहिए था यानी ये गलत था, तो आपको क्यों लगता है कि इसके पीछे साजिश है ऐसा?
No, in fact, he has not apologized to the people that insult. He said the word that it's avoidable things, avoidable. बचना चाहिए था, but that cannot be, the word a responsible person. This person, Samit Patra has been a responsible person in charge for the BJP Northeast for so many years. He should be boycotted by the people of Manipur because he's completely a failed person. He's completely a dumb person in one sense. Why I'm saying, because under his leadership, all chaos is happening in Manipur. So his word, he has not said sorry, and he has not given any responsible statement in that clarification. It means that he has not valued the sentiment insult. We condemn his statement also.
So what do you think that these things are done in a political circle to create some shift in the government or something? Because one of you was saying something about...
No, we don't want to go in that kind of things right now. What we want to highlight here is that we are saying that is there a questioning, is there a conspiracy in the such kind of thing, because there is also a practice of the so-called the buffer zones in Manipur. Manipur government says that there is no buffer zone, but in the practice also it is being said that there is a buffer zone, that you cannot cross one area and you cannot one area. Like, for example, Kuki cannot come to the Imphal, or the Meitei cannot go to the hills. But Manipur is a hill state. Out of the 122,000, more than 20,000 square kilometer, only around 1,500 square kilometer is a central valley, and it's just part of the hill. But 1.5 million Meitei people are put, it's like a garrison. People are live inside under the gun of the Kuki militants. But the government, the security forces, instead of attacking or taking action against the Kuki armed militant, they are also saying that remove Manipur so that they will be happy. So this is completely unacceptable. Some sector, the anti-Manipuri group or any other group or people are saying that Meitei should not go, then who will give the protection? It is the security forces, the army. The army are deployed there to protect Manipur, not to erase Manipur. So that is why these so-called buffer zones are being implemented not by the Kuki militant. It was done by the central government. It was just 1 second. It is done by the central government because this all restrictions are being done by the security forces. It will not happen in Gujarat. There are many dangas happen. In Gujarat, riot happened. Did you make any borders between the Muslim and the Hindus? How many Hindus, Muslims were killed in Gujarat? But the Muslim also did not say that we cannot live with we cannot live with the Hindus. We want separate administration. We want UT, and we cannot cross. It was not done because the army were taking rule of law and they are trying to crack down any of the people who are doing illegal activities in Gujarat. Why it is not happening in Manipur? That is the question. That means the government is also complicit in this conflict. The government is all, that is what people are saying. We are just saying by representing the voice that people, particularly the Meitei community, are saying that the government of India is complicit in this conflict. That is why they are trying to divide and putting so-called buffer zones. Buffer zones are used only in other countries. It is not happening in India. The conflict was also happening in Delhi, in Mumbai. Did they create any area conflict zone that Hindu cannot go there, Muslim cannot go there? Then that is why we are saying that you are doing a very divide and rule in Manipur, and you are violating the constitutionality in Manipur. You are violating the very essence of the peaceful coexistence of भाईचारा. भारत का एक भाईचारा होता है, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख का भाईचारा को आपने तोड़ने का कोशिश किया है. ये कुकी ने नहीं किया है, ये भारत सरकार और इसकी आर्म फोर्सेस ने किया है. That is the problem why Manipur is burning for 2 years.
कर्तव्य है कि मैं हिंदी में भी इसको जो है अनुवाद करके सबको इसको जानकारी दिया जाए. आपने अलग अलग न्यूज़पेपर में, अखबारों में देखा होगा कि भारत में जो जीएसटी के दबा करके कलेक्शन हो रहा था और जो इन्फ्लेशन की रेट जो है, इन्फ्लेशन की जगह पर डिफ्लेशन हो रखा है. अब पूरे भारत में जो इन्फ्लेशन की जगह पर डिफ्लेशन हो रखा है, पर मणिपुर में इन्फ्लेशन इतना हाई है कि आप सोच करके आपके रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे. पेट्रोल का रेट 1000 रुपए का, गैस सिलेंडर 2000, 2500, 5000. आपने कभी सुना है क्या? आपने आप जीके में बैठ करके, आपने करोल बाग में, राजेंद्र नगर में बैठ करके आप जो मजे लेते हैं, जो गैस पाइपलाइन के मजे लेते हैं. गाजा पट्टी में जो इजरायली आर्मी जो है, जो पैलेस्टीन को जो आप इधर से उधर नहीं जाओगे, उसी तरीके से मणिपुर में सिर्फ इम्फाल एरिया जो है उसमें एक कन्फाइन करके मैतेई कम्युनिटी को रखा हुआ है. भारत की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, भारत के संविधान में मणिपुर एक हिल स्टेट है. तो अगर मणिपुर का जो कोई भी जो इम्फाल वैली से अगर आपको बाहर जाना है तो हवाई जहाज के अलावा और कोई रास्ता नहीं है. हवाई जहाज वाला ने इतने मनमानी दाम वसूलना शुरू किया कि आपको सुनने से आप रोंगटे खड़े. इधर से दुबई जाने के लिए 25,000 रुपये लगते हैं, लेकिन इधर से मणिपुर इम्फाल जाने के लिए 20,000 रुपये लगते हैं. आपने सुना है क्या कभी? आप मीडिया वाला कभी इसलिए कभी आपने कोई सवाल उठाया कि हवाई जहाज वाले इतने जो मनमानी जो दाम वसूलने होते? क्या आप भारत में हो या कोई किसी दूसरे देश में हो? अब क्या मजाक चल रहा है क्या? अब ये बताइए कि भारत सरकार के जो मणिपुर सरकार की जो मणिपुर जो नोमेनक्लेचर है, वो आर्मी वाला आकर के उसको अब इसको बंद करो, ये क्या मतलब है इसका? अब ये जो श्रीमान जी आप पूछ रहे हैं कि गवर्नर के क्या कोई डायरेक्ट हाथ है क्या? अबे गवर्नर ऑर्डर नहीं देगा तो आर्मी के क्या मजाल है वो करेगा? आर्मी क्यों करेगा? आर्मी क्या बिना हुक्म के कोई अपनी एक्शन चलाते क्या? सरकार कहते हैं कि 70,000 जो है बेघर हो गए हैं, 70,300 लोगों की जो जान चले गए. 70,000 लोग आप कैसे रह रहे होंगे? आपने अंदाजा किया क्या कभी? युद्ध बंदी जैसा। 15 साल के बच्ची, 30 साल के महिला, जो नव शिशु जो है, जो डिलीवर हुआ है, वो बच्चे, जो आप अंदाजा आप सोच करके देखो, आर्मी के बैरक में जैसे जो उसमें हजारों लोग जो है इकट्ठे जो रूम शेयर करते हैं, अपनी प्राइवेसी, इनोसेंट जो बच्चियां जो है, अब ठीक है मेल है तो अलग बात है, जब फीमेल जो है आप कैसे वो कमरे शेयर करते हैं? आपने कभी अंदाजा लगाया क्या? इंसानियत के बारे में एक बार सोच के तो देखो यार। आपको शर्म नहीं आता क्या? भारत के एक नागरिक होते हुए, आपके पड़ोस वाला नागरिक को ऐसे होते हुए आप देख रहे हो? कल आपका नंबर आएगा, आप क्या सोच रहे हो? कल आपका भी नंबर आएगा, कल हम हंसेंगे, आपको अच्छा लगेगा। बहुत गंभीर मसला है। अगर ऑपरेशन सिंदूर आप सक्सेसफुली आप लॉन्च कर सकते हैं, मणिपुर को कंट्रोल करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं है। आपका अंदर विल पावर होना चाहिए। जो बेघर हो गया आईडीपीएस, अपने घर जाना चाहता है, सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस जाने नहीं दे रहे। अब नई दिल्ली एनडीएमसी एरिया के लोग जो है क्या एमसीडी के एरिया में नहीं जाने देंगे? ऐसे भी ये कौन सा कानून है? आपको अजीब सा नहीं लगता क्या? बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, हमने बहुत समय ले लिया।
Conflict of interest or conspiracy is minus make is it the reason?
Sorry?
Conflict of interest or conspiracy is a minus make from the Manipur.
No, we don't know, but it suggests that what the army have done yesterday.
Yes, sir.
That is why this is why we are. This is not simple an act, because this is followed by the 2 years of conflict, and this is like that is why another thing, very important thing I would like to also highlight in this press conference is that recently in Guwahati, the Cookies militant groups who are involved, violence against the Meitei community, and people are also saying the Manipur state government in the assembly unanimously resolved that the SU should be abrogated. But recently in Guwahati, the Cookie militant organized a meeting, and in that meeting, the 7 MLAs of the Cookies were participated, and the civil society members were participated, and they resolved that without only the Cookie militant will talk with the government of India, and the MLA who are elected from the people will not speak without the permission of the Cookie militant, and that was resolved. That was also publicized in the news report that the civil society group, militant group, and the MLAs have joined meeting, and they resolved that only militant will represent the Cookie groups. And the MLA, we cannot speak without the sanction, without the permission of the militant. What does it mean? This happened in Guwahati. We are saying that the Cookie Sioux militants were involved of the war crime and also attacking and raping the women of the particular community. But now you are saying that only the militant will speak, the MLA will not speak. That means the Cookie communities also, their voice are suppressed by our militant group. But instead of trying to shed those MLAs or any other civil society group from the militant organization, now the armies you are not taking action against the Cookie militant. Rather, you are ready to erase the image and identity of Manipur. That means you are aligned with the sectarian Cookie militant. That is what the people are asking. Don't think that the Meitei and the many Manipuri community will keep silent on that, because Meitei and the Manipuri die for the Manipur. We are not fighting with the Kuki. We are fighting to protect Manipur. In 2001, as you all know, that the Manipuri people burned down the Manipur State Assembly, Chief Minister office, all the government quarters were burned down. I think people sacrifice their life. People will die. They will come out on the street if you try to break Manipur. That is the history of Manipur, because we know that Meitei or any community will not, they will be ready to give their life. They will be ready to die for Manipur, but they will not sacrifice for Manipur. But now you are trying to erase the identity of Manipur. That means you are invoking war against the people of Manipur. You don't know what the army has done yesterday. It is a war crime. You are actually threatening the people, the peace-loving people, that you can do anything to save your own land. Why you are doing so? If this is a mistake, then remove the governor, remove the security advisor from the security responsibility. If you fail to do so, because this is not simple. That is why we are angry. Because we know that what will happen in Manipur tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We don't know. The people are angry in Imphal. The people are angry in Manipur because they will not compromise. Manipur, because Meitei cannot survive in only 107,000 square kilometers. We are hill people. We come from the Kogu Hills. That is why we have organized a protest demonstration. That Meitei is also hill people. But you have divided. You are non-tribe. You are tribe. The people who come recently in 200 years, you giving the scheduled tribe status, and the Meitei who live for 1,000 years, you are not giving any protection. This is injustice. This is a historical injustice done to the people of Manipur, especially the Meitei community. That is why Meitei have to fight to defend our land and people. We are not fighting with any other against the communities. We are fighting with Meitei Kuki because the Kuki attacked on Meitei on the 3rd May and we retaliated. Because in Kashmir, the terrorists attacked the Indian population in that Pahalgam attack, right? It was not attacked by India. India retaliated to protect it. Like that, the Kuki armed militant group attacked Meitei population on 3rd May. The Kuki military aggression was taken on the Meitei on 3rd May and the Meitei retaliated. That is how. When they stop attacking Meitei, we will almost stop attacking. But instead of taking action against the Kuki militant by the Indian security forces, why they are trying to erase the identity of Manipur? Are you appeasing the Kuki armed groups, or are you using Kuki militant against the Meitei? Are you behind this conflict? Are you behind this conflict? This is the question. Thank you.